Welcome back to the Beacons Broadcasting Network. John Scooters here with Seth Orensky. What a day of baseball here from Moden Park. We had the highs, the lows, and the fog that swept over Moden Park and caused the cessation of the third game of the opener of this 2018 LEC tournament. In Game 1 set, UMass Boston, they got the best of their rivals from Dartmouth. What was the storyline in that Beacons victory?
Well, you look at game number 1, the number 1 seed finally beat the 6th seed for the first time in 3 years. The Beacons, though, had to come from behind, down 3-2 in the 7th. 3 UMass Dartmouth errors, all on possible double play balls, gave the Beacons the lead. They added 3 runs in the 8th. Really good pitching performances from Joey Rogers, 10 strikeouts over 6 innings. And then Brian Kaufman coming in, the senior, his first win of his entire senior season after being named the LEC Most Outstanding Player a year ago. The Beacons, it wasn't pretty, but they're in the winner's bracket, and they look very good after using their number 3 starter in game number 1 of the tournament.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Beacons not the only ones that made their way into the winner's bracket. The Eastern Connecticut State Warriors were 4-1 victors over the Plymouth State Panthers as EastCon utilized the strong right arm of Jordan Muchin, who was outstanding today. He went 7 innings. He labored through the first couple of frames, but after getting through his early woes 1 or 2 times through the order, he was outstanding. Ended up pitching over 125 pitches in the victory today. Offensively for the Warriors, they were led by Jack Rich, a young man who DH'd today, despite only having 6 hits and 34 at-bats during the course of the regular season. 3 hits today, including a walk, a couple of extra base hits, and a couple of runs scored as he and the EastCon Warriors advance to the winner's bracket tomorrow.
Taking a look at game 3, we don't have a winner yet. That's because the fog came in during game number 2 and got a lot worse during game number 3. We were losing outfielders up in the press box, then we lost the entire bullpen. Interesting, though, Andrew Vega, who pitched 8 2/3 innings at the end of March against Southern Maine, had been dominant through 6 innings. We thought Southern Maine wanted the delay a little bit more than Rhode Island College, who was hoping to ride the lefty throughout this contest. Rhode Island College jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the top of the second. They were the aggressors in this game. It'll be interesting to see what their bullpen can do tomorrow. Likely won't see Vega, who's been so effective. Southern Maine looking for their first ever win at Moden Park. They are 0-5 all-time here at Moden and have lost their LEC opening game of the LEC tournament each of the last 2 years, trying to avoid it at 0-3 when they play again tomorrow. And John, it's going to be a little bit of a longer schedule tomorrow afternoon.
It certainly will be, Seth. It's going to start out at the originally scheduled start time, 11 a.m. here from Moden Park, but you won't be seeing the originally scheduled game. We're going to have to play the final few innings of the game that the scoreboard is still on behind us, Southern Maine against Rhode Island College. Once that one concludes, 50 minutes after that one, we will have the originally scheduled first game of tomorrow's second round. That will be the 2 losers from the earlier games, UMass Dartmouth, the Corsairs, taking on a very tough opponent in the Plymouth State Panthers. Once that game is over, 30 minutes to 50 minutes after that one, we will resume the regularly scheduled matchups, which will be UMass Boston taking on whoever loses this game between Rhode Island College and Southern Maine, and then the winner of that Huskies Anchormen matchup taking on Eastern Connecticut State in the nightcap. Originally scheduled for 6, probably going to be around 7:30 tomorrow night. We hope the fog holds off. We get more great weather set, as it was a beautiful early on here in the afternoon before the fog settled in day 1. We hope for more baseball here on the BBN, and we hope that you tune in to day 2 of the LEC tournament on Thursday.